All right, so here's a quick video explaining the project Gantt chart. You can find a link to this one on eBay in the description down below. Basically, what a Gantt chart is, it allows you to see your activities and how they stack up date-wise and how they kind of flow or mesh within each other, um, and be able to compare that or adjust it as you need to based on your project or company goals or needs or personal. So I've got the column headers here. You can rename them, change them, whatever you want to do based on what it is that you want to be able to see. The role is going to be a person or a company or a position within that company that would be assigned to that task. A project name, a project number, department if you want, your activity, your task that you are wanting to track. I've got 3 different start and finish dates here, and I'll go into those in a little more detail in a minute. I got the duration on how long it actually took you to complete that task, and then some notes if you want to assign to that task or that project. As you update the dates over here, you'll see a shift in the bars on this side of the spreadsheet. I've got percentages of completion that I wanted to be able to see how well I was doing or how well a certain person was doing, or how well we were doing on the project based on if we completed early, on time, or late. And you'll see those colors reflected here. I've got today's date. Whatever date that you open the spreadsheet, whatever date that you print the spreadsheet, that date will show up here in that column, and you can, see when basically when you printed it, when you're looking at it, what your latest version is what I want to try and say. And then over here, you'll see the 26 is highlighted, and it directly reflects to whatever date is shown up in here. And that way, as you print these or you pan over, you can see, okay, this is where I'm at today. What am I missing? What am I coming up on? What am I late with? So the projected start and finish dates are basically to have an idea of what your upcoming projects, what your upcoming tasks are that you're being newly assigned, and you can see how they stack up with your existing, your baseline tasks or projects. And I have those projected dates will come up in a yellow color. So if they're yellow, that means that they haven't been baselined, or they haven't been assigned to you, or you haven't assigned yourself officially yet. And the official ones will come in red, and then as you complete them, you'll lose the bar, and it'll just be a start and a finish date in green. I'll show you example here. We'll assign this one. Let's choose Johnny, and we'll assign Johnny to, I want to give him this project here, and we'll say this is sample task, which go 15. So if it was a projected date that I wanted to give Johnny, let's assign it for, make sure we don't pick a weekend. These black cells here are the weekends through the year, and this goes from January 1st all the way through December 31st. One more thing I want to mention, this chart can be used within a year. All you have to do is change this. Let's make it the 19th. And then everything automatically updates. The weekends automatically shift. You don't have to do anything special. You can just save it out as the new year, and trying to get the data back. And then we'll change this back to the 18th. and you can see the weekends for the 19th were the 5th and 6th, and then whenever I press enter on the 18th, they switch to the 6th and 7th, so you can just see how that changed. Anyway, so let's go back to Johnny's task here. We'll assign him this one. We'll say it starts on the 30th, and we'll expect him to finish, let's say, February 2nd. So you can see here in this column, or this row, the 30th through the 2nd, highlighted yellow. Let's say that didn't work for me, and I wanted it to extend all the way out through the 8th. You can see the cells highlighted all the way out through the 8th. You don't have to use a projected column. I did it for me just so that way I can see those upcoming projects, those upcoming tasks, and compare them to the baseline, and I can give our scheduling team a better estimate on when I could actually start and then when I would expect to have that finished. Like I said, you don't have to have it. You can see some other cells up here. They're blank, but the data still exists. If I wanted to assign this, so the baseline start and finish, once I enter data into the, I believe it's the finish state, it's going to overwrite anything that was in the project date. So I don't have to have it the same date. I can make it something different. Let's say it actually starts on, our scheduling department says we're going to start on the 2nd or on the 1st, and we'll run through, let's just say the 12th. Once I put a date in the start date, you see there that yellow went away, and once I put the 12th, now I've got a red bar, and that's been assigned to Johnny. Johnny hopefully knows that he's got this task, and he needs to complete it within these timelines. And then we can go and put an actual start. Let's say Johnny actually started on the 1st. Once I put that start date, you see nothing happens, nothing changes, everything's still the same. It's not going to change until I go and put an actual finish date. And let's say he actually finished on the 12th. So our scheduling department did good about predicting that. And you see the date or the bars change from a red solid line to green dots. And then over here on the actual finish, you'll see it change to blue, increasing our on-time percentage. And it took him 11 days to complete it. Like I said, this actual duration is just for personal use. I wanted to be able to see how long it was actually taking me to complete those tasks. Let's say Johnny finished early. We'll just make it the 11th. Oh, I can't do the 11th because that's the weekend, but you'll see it change to green anyway. Let's make it the 9th so we can see it. So he finished on the 9th. The early percentage went up. Our late percentage went back to 25%, and our actual duration modified. We'll change this to the 15th. See the green changed over here. We were late, and the percentage adjusted accordingly. If I don't have any of these dates or I want to delete these dates, I can delete those out. Nothing's going to happen. Nothing's going to change. I don't even have to have baseline dates. I can just put my actual start and finish dates and see where those dots line up. Just going to do that real quick. On these percentages, I've got it so that I can isolate or filter out anything, any one of these columns, and it'll update based on what's actually showing. So if I wanted to see only Johnny's percentages, I can isolate that out. He's got 2 tasks that he's completed. Both of them are late, meaning he's 100% late. Johnny probably needs to get a talking to. If I go to Terry, see Terry, and we can see all of the tasks assigned to Terry. So this is just a simple Excel spreadsheet. Terry's done 2. One's early, one's on time. Terry's doing pretty good. If I wanted to go and isolate out a single project, I've got 2 people assigned to this one project. The task that they were assigned to, both projects or both tasks, both projects, whatever, have been completed. And on that particular project, we were 50-50 on time late. I could even do it by actual finish dates. I wanted to see everything that we actually finished in January, and we were 50-50, one early, one on time. So we did pretty good in the month of January. The notes column, you can have anything you want about the notes, about that task, about that project. You make it as long as you want. It's just for just a feedback. What I'll put in here is I'll put a date, and I'll keep the newest information to the left of the cell. So like on let's say January 1st, sent info to project team. And then let's say on February 1st, expecting changes from the customer. So that way I always see my notes. I can see the project or that task history. If anybody had any questions, I've got it there for my use, my recollection. There's 15,000 tasks you can assign to, or 1,500 tasks you can assign to this. Like I said, it goes all the way from January 1st to December 31st. If you have any questions, you can email me. I'll have my email in the description below. You can comment, and I'll try and reply to those comments as soon as I can. Thanks for watching, guys.